What is going on, y'all? It is Fargassier. Hopefully, you're having a great and wonderful day out there in the wasteland, friends. Today, we're going to be talking about the top 5 camps that got submitted to us this week on our Discord. And huge thanks to the builders and to the team for helping keep this series alive. And I wanted to let everyone know out there in the wasteland that the spooky time is almost upon us, and we are going to be opening up a month-long shelter/custom camp contest, as well as doing a spooky themed top 5 camp competition. So if you're interested in that, make sure to join our Discord located in the description below. And now starting off this week is Lady H in 5th place with their cozy cabin in the forest. And now look, I'm a fan of horror movies, and anytime I see anything about a cabin in the woods, it makes my brain peak up a little bit and get a little suspicious, but this camp is absolutely wonderful. And look, I know I say this all the time, but this location could be a natural point of interest in Fallout 76, and the amount of thought that came into this camp with their design is absolutely wonderful. From the interior to the exterior, it looks amazing. The outhouse that they used, by the way, for this build is also for sale later on this afternoon on September the 29th for 150 atoms. So if you don't already have it, it would be a great pickup, and the team absolutely love the natural rustic feel that Lady H has built into this cabin. And as Nuck said, Lady H is one of the best when it comes to making camps feel authentically rustic. So from the team and I, Lady H, absolutely amazing job, and I can't wait to see what you have planned for future builds. And now in 4th place this week, we have Lady J with their Dismal Dawn Manor, and it really does seem like folks are getting an early jump into my favorite time of the year. That's right, the spooky time. I absolutely love Halloween. The wife and I got married on Halloween, and I really do, when it comes to this camp, love the choices that Lady J made while they were doing this design. But here's the thing. You may see these flies floating around the toilet, and you may think that someone needs to call the plumber to get that checked. It's little things like this that show how much attention Lady J put into the design and thought of this camp. And there were some great merges and placements in this camp. The team talked about how Lady J really captured that spooky vibe with how their decorations and the theme was laid out. Now, this is one that could easily take the #1 spot in my opinion. It is so well done, and I love it to death. The competition this week is so fierce, but yes, Lady J, absolutely amazing job. I cannot wait to see what you come up with later on in the top 5 series. And now next up in 3rd place, we have Tyler Made with their Wasteland Crane site. And now when I tell y'all that I am blown away by this camp, I really mean it, because it is such a feat to build something like this in the wasteland, and the creativity here is so amazing, and everyone on the team agreed this is probably the best crane design that we have seen in the game to this day. And the use of everyday objects to build something like this really does show the creativity that builders have, and I thank y'all for that. This is so amazing. I would never think to use these objects in this way, and I had to watch this a few times, y'all. I did not pick things apart. I did not like, oh, that's cool, that, oh, they did this with that. I just really like this build, and I watched it a few times because I enjoyed it that much. You should definitely check out the full video. And even Silver Bunny said how much they enjoyed the extra pieces to the billboard being in the storage crate, and how you don't have to have a door on the storage box, but it's the extra stuff like that that Tyler thought about and put in there that really does add something special to this camp. Amazing job, bud, and glad to have you back to building. And now coming in at 2nd place this week is Tillis with their Legacy Tree Crane, and you can tell after watching this video a few times that how many building tricks were used, and the decoration that was placed at this camp was so meticulous, and they did such an amazing job with this. And honestly, y'all, I've never thought about putting a bobblehead stand inside of a generator, but now after seeing this, I can't see why we wouldn't do that. And Nux even gave Tillis an amazing compliment in the team chat. There really aren't many other scrappy builders that decorate quite the same way as they do, and they have a gift at knowing where the placement will feel the most natural to the eye for items at a camp. And honestly, I totally agree. This is such an amazing build, and just like with the crane by Tyler, this really shows the creativity by the builders in this game, and the scenery that Tillis picked was so wonderful as well as pleasing to the eyes. Keep it up, bud. Absolutely wonderful. And now before we get into here and talk about the #1 spot and the honorable mentions, I want to give a huge thanks to everyone who entered this week. And as you can see on the screen, we had 16 entries, and it really does mean the world to the team and I that y'all are helping keep this top 5 series alive. And to everyone who entered this week, hold your head high. The competition was fierce and everyone did such a great and wonderful job. And speaking about the team, I want to give a huge thanks to Moonlight Cowboy, Silver Bunny, Nugs, Stabby, and yeah, Bear. Thank you so much for being on this team and helping us keep this top 5 series alive. And if you fancy yourself a Fallout 76 builder or someone who would like to learn about building or just talk about Fallout 76, make sure to look in the description below and join Vault 645 Discord. And now each week, if a team member has a camp that they would like to share with everyone out there in the wasteland, we have a special spot, this little team camp special spot, and this week it is from Nugs. And now most of you may not know about the rule where the team cannot submit their camp to be judged on, because we are on the team and we are the ones doing the judging, and we want to keep things as fair as possible. But like I told them, they are specialists in building, and if they ever have a special camp that they want to share with everyone out there in the wasteland, we have a spot in the top 5 series for them. And now look, y'all know I love looking at camps, right? But one thing I really do love is looking at shelters. And the reason for this is that we are all handed the same shelter and told to decorate it how we see fit. And there are so many themes, there are so many ways that you can decorate inside of a shelter, and it is so amazing to see how differently everyone does their own decorating. And now Nugs designed this as the Blood Bunker shelter, and I love the choices that they did inside of the shelter, and I am so thankful to have Nugs and the others on this team bringing their specializations to the top 5 series. Seriously, Nugs, amazing job on this shelter build. And now our first honorable mention is Nab Cakes with their Retired Caravanners Retreat, and this is such a well done camp from their design, their decoration, and their lighting, and the team really enjoyed this build and talked about how it could totally be in the top 5, but the competition this week was absolutely fierce. Nab, seriously, amazing job, bud, and keep up the great work. And now next up in our honorable mentions, we have Vulcan Aries with their little cabin down in the Skyline Valley region, and as you can see in looking at this location, the scenery around the camp is absolutely stunning, and scenery is a huge thing to me. Amazing spot that you picked out, and the decorations that you used at the camp is absolutely wonderful. Keep up the great work, and I can't wait to see what camps you build next for Fallout 76 and submit to the top 5. Great job, Vulcan. Now taking home our #1 spot this week, we have Mr. Kifty with their Pojo home. Now I'm sorry if I just mispronunciated that. I had to look it up because I had no idea what this word meant, or if it was an actual word or made up word, and it means small hill in Italian. I didn't know that. I get to look at camps and I get to learn. This sounds like a great day of school in the wasteland, and y'all, this camp is really well done, and I love the choice of the location. And now picking a location in Fallout 76 can be a hard choice. Do you build in a really hard spot? Do you build in an easy spot? Or do you build in like an average spot? And this spot is one that has a lot working for it. Like Moonlight Cowboy pointed out, that the shadows come together during the day at this camp, and it really makes the area and the camp pop. The team really enjoyed this small build and the design of the camp. It is most certainly a great looking scrappy build, and we are always seeing camps that have the grass kept up and, you know, it's prim and proper, but the team really loved the overgrown grass look, and Silver Bunny mentioned how they love the boat with the butterfly sanctuary. There is so much going on in such a small space, and it's really nice to see these smaller builds with so much going on. Seriously, bud, amazing job, and congrats on the #1 spot. You definitely deserve it this week. Thanks so much for taking time out of your busy day to check this video out, and let me know in the comment section below, which of these camps do you really enjoy the most for this week's top 5 camps. Thanks so much to the channel members for the continued support. Y'all have a great, wonderful day out there in the wasteland. Peace. Love ya.